What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about Faraday future tickers FFIE. I want to give you a good overview of what to expect going into next week, what might cause a little bit more volatility, and what does the data point say. So I'm going to go over all of that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And with that, let's get right to it. So based on Friday, it did close 1.83% in the green. It had a lot of good momentum up to around the 24-cent mark, started to pull back a little bit. But based on the fib levels, it's doing fairly well still. So right now between this S1 and the pivot, so 23 cents and 16 cents, those are the next big support and resistance points that a lot of people do need to realize. And Faraday in reality has been going down because of a couple different things. One of which is just the technicals. It's gone up very fast in relation to the stock price. So this is why stochastic is considered a little bit more overbought. Even though, for instance, you do have a little bit more of a bearish sentiment, what has been happening over the last several days has been consolidation. So of course that's fairly healthy, but over and above that, it's also the debt ceiling that's causing a lot of fear among a lot of growth stocks, more specifically because as you can see right here, even the White House is saying that if the US does default, the stocks are anticipated to go down by more than 45%. So potentially this might be a kind of a best time to potentially buy the dip moment. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, so you guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But once this whole debt ceiling is behind us, then theoretically this is where a lot of people probably are waiting on the sidelines to really buy. Unfortunately, this narrative has been pushed very, very heavily. In reality, I feel to spread a lot of fear, unnecessary fear. But based on the technicals, what's been happening is still very healthy for the stock. So a little bit more consolidation, like I said, and a lot of retail investors have been buying this dip. Doesn't matter if it's been going up, down, sideways. It does look like people are starting to see a lot of upside with Faraday, especially with deliveries and production and so forth right around the corner. Definitely, I think big things might be coming. As far as any press releases or SEC filings, there was one that did come out, as you can see, on the 18th. So Faraday Future hosts Virtual Global Supplier Summit, and that was held on May the 17th. Unfortunately, I don't think this was that advertised as much as I would have liked, because unless maybe I just missed it potentially, but I didn't really see anything about this. So let me know you guys' thoughts. Did you guys listen or watch? And if so, was there any good takeaways from that? So let me know you guys' thoughts on that. I'll give you guys a quick overview, for instance, the data points, and especially leading into next week where I see things going. Starting off with shorts. So I'll give you guys a quick overview, for instance, of what shorts did on Friday and what we're going into next weekend. Short score is currently 64, utilization is at 100%. And as far as what they did on Friday, they returned 288.75 thousand shares. So in reality, the fact that it was a very green day and they returned some shares, I see that as very optimistic. 20.15% of the free float's being shorted. That works out to be about 187 million shares overall being shorted. And cost to borrow average is 8.84%. So on paper, Faraday does have everything that you need for a good squeeze. The only thing that potentially might be missing is a surprise catalyst. And who knows, there might be some good developments coming down the pipeline, especially once they do start their deliveries, I think in the next month or so. So definitely, I think big things might be coming. As far as this, I'll give you guys a quick overview of what the options are showing. So based on Friday, there was roughly $25,000 or $26,000 in call premiums versus $4,600 in puts. So similarly, like I've been saying, even though the stock price has been consolidating and so forth, a lot of people are assuming that upside is still coming with Faraday. So of course, you guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. As far as big money getting in, there was only one big transaction on Friday, and that was for $106,000. And based on the bid and the ask, it was a over the ask market buy. So someone was very much excited to buy in. And keep in mind, look at the time, it was after hours on Friday. Nobody's buying stuff after hours on Friday, so clearly that is a pretty positive sign if you ask me. So like I said, right now it is just merely following the technicals and the broader market. But generally speaking, Faraday has been holding its support fairly well. So I do feel that it is most likely going to break, for instance, this fib level right here, so the pivot point of 23 cents. And depending on if the debt ceiling is announced this week, because I do believe they have up until June the 1st to kind of come to a agreement before all hell breaks loose. So in reality, I do feel just based on the discounted value of Faraday, it getting to around the 30-cent range. So regardless, between this pivot and the R1, and once the debt ceiling is behind us, then potentially it can easily break past this 30-cent mark, because even if you look at the chart, it is well at a massive discount from what it actually was. But be aware, obviously there is a lot of resistance above us, so around the 44-cent range, 30-cent range, and so forth. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all this in the comments below. Give yourself a shout out if you have been buying, selling, holding, what you have been doing in the comments below. And do you think, for instance, it's going to be this week or come right down to the wire about the whole debt ceiling? Or even are you not worried? What is your take on all that in the comments below? If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, take advantage of this promo with Moomoo, link in the description below and also the comments. While Faraday does its thing, take advantage of free stocks, and that is with Moomoo. Only for May, sign up for a free account, you get one free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So complete no-brainer in my opinion. So take advantage of this while you can. And without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Faraday.